Moving on. Amidst the ongoing economic and political crisis in the country, Pakistan faces yet another setback, this time by Financial Action Task Force. As recently, FATF announced that Pakistan will continue to remain on its grey list. It declared that the country will be removed from the grey list only if it successfully passes an on-site visit where the terror financing watchdog will assess if it can sustain its reforms on terror financing and money laundering. A report.
Pakistan intensified lobbying, but all efforts went in vain. Islamabad could not exit the grey list of FATF despite its eye-washing measures to counter terror financing. Recently, in a plenary meeting held in Berlin, FATF decided to retain Pakistan on its grey list. The country could only be removed from the grey list of FATF after an on-site visit to verify the implementation of its reforms, but it is unlikely to happen. The country has been on the grey list since 2018. The multilateral watchdog had put Pakistan on its list of jurisdictions under increased monitoring in 2018 for not doing enough to curb the financial activities of terror groups. Since then, Pakistan's performance has been under periodic review, but every time it is found to be deficient in its efforts.
Look, terrorism has always been used by certain powers as a strategic tool to further their interests. And what I notice and what I observe, that Chinese are going all out to see that Pakistan exits this list. There are a number of Western countries too who are trying to support Pakistan. I feel the kind of evidences global body had and international community had, Pakistan should have been blacklisted long back, but still that did not happen. Even in Asia Pacific group, there were certain countries who were trying to openly support Pakistan, but that is the reason that Pakistan could not be blacklisted.
There is a simple reason for Pakistan being on the grey list, that Pakistan's deep state, led by the ISI and the army, is at the forefront of carrying out illegal terrorist activities and promoting terror globally. According to the Congressional Report on Terrorism, which was published in 2021, Pakistan is home to 12 foreign terrorist organizations, including 5 of them being India-centric like Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed. This report states that US officials have identified Pakistan as a base of operations for numerous armed and non-state terrorist groups, some of which have existed since the 1980s. Last year, a New York-based artificial intelligence Castellum startup had revealed that Pakistan has silently removed the names of almost 4,000 terrorists from its terror watch list. Pakistan's Countering the Financing of Terrorism lead, the National Counter-Terrorism Authority, did not provide any explanation for the removal of the names. The removed name includes Lashkar-e-Taiba leader and Mumbai terror attack mastermind Zakir Rahman Lakhvi and many others.
It's just not possible for Pakistan to exist without its terror infrastructure. Because Pakistani political establishment, especially its deep state, it thrives on the basis of terrorism. It's Pakistan's deep penetration and I would say the kind of interface they enjoy. That's what has made Pakistani deep state relevant for all the major international powers. And good number of Western countries and others depend upon Pakistan for their counter-terror strategies, and Pakistan pretends as if it's helping them. But its sole claim to fame, or rather its entire ability to help in counter-terror strategy, stems from the kind of interface, the kind of linkages it enjoys with those terror groups. And the financing part of it you are talking about, I have always maintained organized crime and terrorism are interlinked.
Pakistan's list of actionable points shared with FATF is a smoke screen to show its commitment to combating terror, while the reality is that the country remains a safe haven for terrorists and terror financing activities. The biggest example is that convictions have not happened in the 26/11 terror attack case in Pakistan, and Sajid Mir, one of the chief perpetrators of the crime, is still roaming freely in the country. No action has also been taken against Talha Saeed, son of 2611 mastermind Hafiz Saeed, who is the new face of Jamaat-e-Dawa. According to intelligence agencies, Talha is next in line to take over functions of JUD, the parent body of the globally proscribed terror outfit Lashkar-e-Taiba. Despite mounting proof of Pakistan's role in international terrorism sponsorship, the country has taken no significant counter-terrorism measures on its turf. In truth, Islamabad has taken cosmetic measures prior to each plenary session of the global watchdog FATF, which has kept Pakistan on its grey list for failing to curb money laundering and terror financing. Superficial steps are taken to get off the grey list of FATF, while the country remains a hotbed of terrorism in reality.